Hello! Huh?
40.
Why? 45? 45.
Days to go to
45.
due date. My goodness. Shana Tova.
Shana
Happy
Tova.
New Year. We are
May
on
it
our
be
way.
a sweet new year.
Yes. We are on our way to my brother Seth and his wife Megan's house. We're going to do Rosh Hashanah dinner there.
I'm gonna put a jacket on.
I finished teaching and quickly changed, but I do have to show. I almost couldn't zip this dress up, and this is a maternity dress, because I'm just so much bigger right now than I was.
It's a lot of belly.
I know. Speaking of sweet belly, I was at MFM this morning, so we're doing that weekly now. Now until delivery, we go to the specialist once a week and the OB once a week. So I'm gonna start being seen basically twice a week.
It's good.
From now until delivery, which is good.
It means you and the baby will be taken care of.
Exactly.
Most important things.
Yes. Yeah. So today I went, and she'd been so active. Last night again. Oh, there it goes again. Last night for about 3.5 hours, every 15 to 20 minutes were those very intense, more than Braxton Hicks, but not really labor contractions. But they were intense. And then this morning, as I was eating breakfast with Lila and then driving, I almost had to pull over because it was so sharp. I started getting these, what I just had a second ago, this crazy sharp down here, really sharp pain. And I was like, what is that? So I was like, well, I'm going in, might as well ask.
Yeah.
So they said, well, let's see. And because of the sharp pain, because they were like, with the Braxton Hicks, as long as you don't go to more than 6 an hour. If it goes to more than 6 an hour, pick up the phone and call. That means you're going past Braxton Hicks. If it's the 4, even 5 an hour, like what's happening right now, it's just, the body getting ready. So I'm not worried about it. It's just they're much stronger this time
So glad
than they
you
were
guys.
with Lila.
So much easier
They're
on my
very strong.
side.
But they said because of the sharpness you're feeling, let's do a full cervical, like trans badge kind of.
Let's check it all out.
Let's check it all out. So I was like, wunderbar. So they checked it out. Cervix is completely closed. That's what we wanted to make sure of. However, her head is pushing down. Okay, so typically the cervix like this, you can see the head when they flip over, and it's like, like that, or wherever it is. She's pressing so hard, you can see the curve in the cervix because she's pressing so hard with her head.
She just wants to meet us.
So the nurse and the other technician who was in there, they were like, oh my gosh. Like, well, no wonder you're feeling sharp pains. She is
pushing her way out.
Pushing on the cervix. They were like, but the cervix is completely closed, nothing to be worried about. But they said, when you feel that, they went, we know you're busy. Drink some water and feet up and rest. And I was like, okay.
Feet up and rest.
I know. And then I came home and was Lila and then taught. But at least I was sitting when I was teaching.
You're in trouble.
I'm in trouble.
Just in a hand.
So I need to rest with my feet up a little bit more. She's weighing just over 5 pounds.
That's gonna be a big kid.
And from here on out, she should put on about ½ a pound a week.
Be a big kid.
So, well, let's see. If she's just about 5 now, that's what?
3 more pounds.
Yeah, she might be.
Big for
Okay,
you.
big
Not
for
big
me.
in general.
Big for me. If she's an 8-pounder, I can handle 8 pounds. I can't handle 10.
Over 9.
No, that's what I wouldn't be able to handle.
With a huge head.
With a huge, she does have a big head. But everything else looked great. We did get a little bit of a profile picture today. We still couldn't get face on because she goes like that.
Yeah.
But we did get a little bit of a profile, and she was very active. And there was a technician there who is training. There are a couple of them now, and I asked them, well, how's it going? Because they said, would you mind if we scanned you just for practice? I was like, not at all. They're like, thank you so much. They said not all people are open to that.
Of course not.
And I was like, oh, no, learn, do what you gotta do. I said, how's it going? She went, well, I was supposed to graduate last May, but because of COVID, the offices weren't taking us for this part of the program, and so everything's been pushed a year. So we had a nice kind of chit chat with life and how things can be completely unexpected and what goes on. And her daughter's 6.5, so we just had a nice little talk, which was great. But everything looks good.
Good.
And I'll go back to them next Friday, but I have the regular OB on Monday, I believe. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Daily development. Pulmonary surfactant is a fancy way to describe the fatty substance that coats the inside of our lungs. Baby Rosenwalk's lungs are producing surfactant now, which is a big step because surfactant plays a huge part in helping us breathe. And again, we did watch her breathe today. Those are the big things that they check for every week, is that she's breathing, that the stomach looks good, the heart chambers are good, and
she's practicing swallowing.
There's something with the blood flow with the umbilical cord. Those are kind of like the big ones they have to check each time.
Good stuff's coming in, bad stuff's going out.
Right. Talking to your doctor about your health after delivery.
Important.
You've been thinking about having a healthy pregnancy for months now, and it's almost time to start thinking about having a healthy recovery too.
Yeah.
At least this time, we know a little bit more of what to expect.
Silver nitrate.
I better not get cauterized down there again. I'm sure you've heard that story by now.
9-pound baby's gonna shove
But
its head out of your
she's
hoo-ha.
not
You're gonna
be
need
9
some silver
pounds.
nitrate
She's not gonna be 9 pounds.
sew that back up.
But with Lila, I did have one tear that kept reopening. And at the 6-week postpartum check, where they typically say, okay, you can work out now, everything's good, they were like, yeah, no. And I thought I was gonna be restitched. And she,
just burned
without warning, she was like,
you.
we're just gonna do this. And Jason's holding Lila. He was at the doctor's office with me, and she just full on silver nitrate, essentially cauterized.
Yeah, she cauterized you.
My hoo-ha.
She chemically
No
cauterized
numbing,
you.
no nothing. She was like, you just gave birth, you can handle it. I was like, but it worked.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of post stuff that this time we just know a little bit more.
Yeah, well, it's not our first rodeo.
Right. You think you're prepared the first time.
You're not.
There's no way to prepare for the post-healing phase.
It's really
until
hard
you
to
are
be a guy.
in it.
You struggle. You have no idea how much it hurts. That episode of Friends was
No
on
idea how much it
this
hurts.
morning or yesterday morning.
I love that episode so much. Well, okay, wait. Now I have to tell the story of what happened to you at the door when I was in labor.
Oh, I slammed my hand in the door when going to greet my parents when they made their way up to the hospital. And I come back with my hand in a bucket of ice chips, or a cup of ice chips. And he goes, what's wrong? It's like, nothing.
He was
I'm
like,
fine.
he was like, I can't. You're in labor. I can't. I was like, no, what's wrong? And he told me, and you could see the bruise like under the nail.
It took like months for
that
to clear
to
up,
full
yeah.
on. But it was just so funny because we were laughing about that Friends episode so hard.
Gentlemen, when your person is in labor, or ladies, when your person is in labor, keep it to yourself if you're in pain. Because you're not in pain. You're in discomfort. They're in pain. Unless you actually need to be hospitalized for something, then for the love of God, say something to a doctor. But
Yes, please. That's like the episode of Full House when Becky had the twins and Uncle Jesse had to have that emergency surgery. And then he's
I don't
wheeled into the
remember
living
that.
room like as she's pushing and he's singing Having My Baby because he's like on drugs and she's like, shut up! It's a great episode.
I've never seen that episode.
Oh, it's a good one. Preparing for your trip home from the hospital. Yes! I was just thinking about this morning. We have to reinstall the infant car seat in my car and get it in your car. There's a lot we got to do because you can't leave the hospital without the car seat and everything.
Remember
in
when
there.
we freaked out about strapping Lila into the car seat?
We were like, what do we do? And the people were like, we've seen people way worse off than you. You're doing just fine.
And then they just put you in the car and
They're
you're
like,
done.
good luck. And they just send you off with this new little life and you're like,
I don't want to kill him.
You might think that getting to the hospital will be the most stressful ride you'll take for a long time. Until it's time to head home, that is.
First trip in the car with that newborn.
No need to fear.
Ugh.
We know how to set you up for success, and they've got some tips and stuff. Again, we've done it before, but there's nothing quite like that shock when you're leaving the hospital and you suddenly realize there's a precious little human in the car with you, and you're like...
You like white knuckle the whole drive home, trying to go the speed limit, but not trying to go too
You're
fast.
just like, wait, what?
You just want to put your hazards on, just like, pass me.
Just go.
Pass me.
Just go. Baby center.
Baby center.
Round ligament pain.
Yeah, you've been feeling that.
I've been feeling that a lot for this. You have 2 round ligaments in your pelvis, one on either side of your uterus. And as your uterus grows during ...
Pregnancy.
pregnancy, the round ligaments, they stretch and thicken to accommodate and support it. These changes cause occasional spasm-like pains that are uncomfortable but generally harmless. You may feel round
Harmless
ligament...
to who? Me. They're harmless to me.
You may feel round ligament pain as a short, sharper stabbing pain if you suddenly change position. Such as when you're getting out of bed or a chair, which I have felt. When I have to roll out of bed, I'm like, ah.
I like when you stand up off the couch and you just kind of pause.
As I go to stand up is when like that'll happen and she drops and then I kind of have to like go, ugh, and then keep standing up.
It's like the face I make when I get kicked in the nuts.
Yeah. You may feel it when you cough, roll over in bed, get out of the bathtub. You may also feel it as a dull ache after a particularly active day. I have felt a lot of that.
So stop
Like
it.
you've been with walking or
Stop
doing physical activity. Now, one thing that I'm curious if is going to appear or not again this time is lightning crotch. Because since she's pushing on the cervix so hard, like maybe they'll trade out. Maybe I'll just have like the cervical pain and not lightning crotch this time.
Fanny daggers for the win.
Fanny daggers. Daddy daggers. Emergency home birth.
Oh God, no.
Let's not do an emergency home birth.
God, like,
Although a friend of mine and her second baby, it happened so much faster. She gave birth in the car on the way to the hospital.
no, thank you.
So hopefully that won't happen, and everything will just be safe and it'll be great. Should I get a measles shot?
Yes.
Dude, I don't think I even need to open that or read that.
You should.
Okay. According to the CDC, you should consider a measles shot if you don't know you're immune and if you're in any of these groups. And it's basically anyone who's alive.
Yep.
Yep, nope, get it.
Get the measles shot.
Get it.
Yeah.
And now that the flu shot is available, they are going to do the thing of the doctors like they did last year where we could come as a family in the car. But because they don't have it there yet, I may have to go get the flu shot by myself at CVS or the Giant just to make sure I get it so she gets it. And then I'll come with you guys.
Oh, what am I getting stabbed?
Well, they don't have them in yet,
Okay.
so I don't know.
Sometime soon.
Sometime in the next month to 6 weeks.
Sounds good.
Probably right around this
Hope I'm here.
happening. Oh, you'll be here. If you have to fly back, you will. 45 days
45.
to go. Shana Tova,
Shana Tova.
everybody.
Happy New Year.
Subscribe up here.
Watch Diddy down here. Please click the like button and the bell for notifications.
And send in those questions and comments.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Bye.